What's up, guys, and welcome back for another Fallout 76 video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about how I basically farm ranks for the current season and the loop and kind of this gear I use and how I kind of progress really fast. Not necessarily anything really special you'll need to have here. There are a few things that I would recommend you go out and hunt for to make your life easier, and also things that you might want to stockpile when you do this. You are not going to be doing this too much. Like, basically, once you hit rank 100, then you're essentially not going to do this anymore because you won't get the repeatable challenge that kind of makes this kind of work. But I'm going to go through kind of the gear and the buffs and stuff that I use and kind of the rotation that I do. Now, as you can probably guess, it is West Tech, but it's not the full West Tech run that you might be accustomed to seeing on YouTube. So let's just kind of break it down and get started with this. Not really important about which armor you're using. And also, you see I have a lot of radiation right now. I'm not bloodied or anything. I really just have this radiation just so that I can have more strength with my perks. So I can have a little bit more of a margin for being over encumbered and stuff. But with that being said, I also have a camp that's posted right out here outside West Tech that has pretty much everything I need to facilitate this little run here. The important weapon that I would recommend using would be the Hellfire. Now, this is an event, a legendary that you'll get for running. You just need to farm it out and see if you can find it. Now, this has got vampire on it, so every time you do damage, it's going to heal you, which just helps with survivability. It also has weapon speed and durability. And also, this is a very nice weapon for just public events because you can have friendly fire right here. So a lot of events that you can actually heal the NPCs and stuff with this. So it's just kind of a good overall, heals you, heals them, good to go. I guess we'll go over the perks since we're already kind of sitting here. We'll talk about some of the things that can just make your life easier. Now, obviously, I'm using a heavy gunner build, so you want all your heavy gunner in strength. I also use blocker because I like as much mitigation or reduction in damage as possible, and it just makes you just harder to hit and all that good stuff. In perception, concentrated fire, because there is a damage bonus here. You're not going to be using VATS, but there is a damage bonus here. And also, when you're doing like daily challenges, you want to be able to select VATS for limb damage or whatever the challenge might entail. Grenader, this is nice for explosive stuff, and it'll also help with your legendary perks like far-flung fireworks. I'm also I was currently actually start using luck. I'm actually leveling up luck here, but these legendary perks that give you more slots, more points to put more perk cards on are vital. So, and also whenever I get like Nuka-Cola and frag grenades, I will make nuke grenades, and so having Grenader and demolition expert already kind of equipped means that I can kind of use that stuff to help save fuel. Now, endurance is going to be a big one. You have bullet shield, that'll give you deflect, and then animancer skeleton, this will give you reduced limb damage. And then cola nut is nice because if you don't have cranberry relish, you can use Nuka-Cola cranberry to get XP boost, and this will allow it to be 3 times as beneficial. Fireproof to just help you with mitigating some fire damage. Radicals was talking about, I can stack radiation if I want to get more strength, which gives me more carry weight, so it gives me more of a margin for kind of just because I'm grabbing everything when I'm killing these super mutants. I'm going in there, I'm just looting everything. I'm scrapping inside of West Tech, and then I'll dump it all into my stash box when I get outside. But if I need to go to like a Foshnon event or a public event, I want to be able to not be that far over encumbered, so I can kind of fast travel at a moment's notice. So it's really nice to have. Stretch genes if you're using mutations, absolutely required. And then also for your charisma, inspirational. Being in your own team will trigger this. And also when you have like an event team, if you're doing this in between events, which is what I normally do. I do this run in between Foshnon events or public events, then you get some added XP bonus here. Strange in numbers, if anybody else is mutated, then you get some benefits as well. Tenderizer, this will allow you to do more damage after you start attacking somebody. And I've already talked about friendly fire. And for intelligence, you want 15 in intelligence because you want the maximum amount of intelligence, because that will increase the amount of XP you get per kill. So because we're heavy build, stabilize for, it gives us accuracy and ignores some armor. Demo expert goes along with grenader, goes along with far-flung fireworks for just more explosive damage. Batteries included is important because it reduces the carry weight of your fuel for the Hellfire or Holy Fire. It also decreases the weight of fusion cores. Sometimes I'll actually throw my T65 power armor on and just kind of run through, but I don't have a problem with running without power armor because we have all these other damage mitigation and reduction perks. So if you are running low on like fusion cores, you can just run with just normal armor. Gunsmith, I just keep this on all the time. Evasive, this gives you a chance to evade attacks. White Knight, if you're not running power armor, it allows you to not suffer too much durability loss doing this. Adrenaline is one of your big damage things. As you're killing things, as you're stacking those kills, it'll max out at 30% damage, also required. And then Dodgy, since we're not using VATS, we can avoid 30% of incoming damage at the cost of action points. For luck, Bloody Mess is also one of your damage things. You want that at 3. Serendipity, if we are stacking radiation like I am now, then if we can get below 30% health, then we can get evade chance on that. Ricochet is absolutely amazing. You can actually stand in a room with Ricochet and it'll actually kill things. So deflect and range based attack on luck. Class Freak is the other perk that goes along with stretched genes. So if you have mutations, you definitely need this on. Quick Hands, this just gives you a chance to instant reload, which can just kind of help with some quality of life. And then Goo Assault. Since I use overeaters for my T65, I have corn soup. I don't want to be making that stuff all the time, so Goo Assault allows it to last longer, and I can keep that bonus up. I usually keep my T65 power armor on my character. That way, when things like eviction notice or something pop, where those things that require like power armor, like the events that require power armor, I can just kind of throw this out and we're good to go. So as you see here, but normally on my runs, I'm not actually using it because I just kind of like save the fusion cores. So let's talk about the base here. The little outpost that I use whenever I'm doing this. This has pretty much everything I need. So we have the plasma core charger, fusion core charger, just in case we pick up some more fusion cores, we can charge them up. Just kind of keeps things popping. We actually picked up this one, so let's go and put that one in the charger. And then I just have some other stuff here like wood scrap. And then I have the Nuka-Cola collector on here because I'm always farming Nuka-Cola because I want to make Nuka grenades and stuff. I'm out of them right now. But Nuka grenades are nice because I can go in there, I can throw those into the area, do a bunch of damage, and the more damage I do, more AoE damage I do, the more fuel I end up saving. So I don't have to worry too much about running out of fuel. Inside, we have a Tinker's Workbench. This allows us to build grenades as we need. We have some purified water that helps with selling caps every day and stuff, ammo generator. But some of the other important things in here are going to be the mechanical derby game. This gives you intelligence. More intelligence equals more XP. XP equals more rotations through that score event and more and faster rank. We also have Sacred Mothman Tome. So the buffs we're going to be using on this run, we want Sacred Mothman Tome buff. We want well rested. We want very well rested. But there is a way to actually get very well rested without using your own lunch boxes. And that goes into basically doing some public events. You go to a public event and somebody's going to pop a lunchbox and you can kind of just, get that buff based on other people using it. So let's go and look at mine. So we have very well rested at 25%, just one last Foshon event. Basically somebody popped one. I usually never pop 4 of my own lunchboxes. I'll go to events until I get to 100%. And then I will use my own lunchbox to extend the timer when it's about to expire, or I'll go to another event and have somebody else open one and extend my time as well. And then, obviously we're going to get well rested here. So normally when I first started doing this, I was doing like the full traditional West Tech run, but I've shortened it because I just don't think it's very valuable to do the whole thing. Things are spread out. You can do a lot more rotations through just doing the lab side, which I'll do a run. I'm going to get all these buffs up and get everything kind of where we want it. Also, with the fact that you can customize legendaries now, is if you can find or you can get to where you can build intelligent mods, putting intelligent mods on pretty much as many gear pieces as you can is great, because when you're talking about things in terms of like seasonal rank up, that all comes down to when you're below rank 100, utilizing this event right here, this repeatable rank under 100. We want to basically complete this event as many times, as fast as possible, and that's how we're going to get it. Now, I took like a hiatus, and I've only been working on this season for a week or so. And by a hiatus, I mean like 60 days of this event, of this season, has passed when I came in on it. So in about a week, I've been able to go from rank 1 to 92. In the next few days, I'll probably cap it at 100. And then I won't be doing this anymore, because once you're at 100, then you can basically just rely on daily and weekly challenges to kind of get all the repeatable stuff at the end of the season. But let's go ahead and look at the rest of the buffs we need to kind of get this situation started. Everything else in here is just kind of like whatever you need to kind of keep everything going. Keep all your stuff kind of situated here. Now, in terms of food buffs, I am either using cranberry relish. If I don't have any cranberry relish, then I'm going to be using Nuka-Cola cranberry, which gives you some XP as well. Not as good as cranberry relish, and they are you can only have one of them going. So that's the other reason why we have the Nuka-Cola cryo freezer in here. So I actually have a bunch of cranberry relish kind of stocked in here. So we're going to go and grab one of those. That allows it to just last for a long time. I usually only make like cranberry relish and brain bombs like once a month or whatever. So we'll go and get cranberry relish on. And then for aid, like I said, lunch boxes. If you have berry mantis, those are nice. It's a little bit more intelligence, and also it'll give you highlights for mobs and stuff. But for the most part, I try not to go full max buff on this stuff, because you're doing so many runs that you don't want to be spending a lot of time out there farming for that stuff. So I basically use what I have, maximize what I have, and all that good stuff. Now, for the purpose of this video, we're going to go ahead and throw on the other few lunch boxes we need, because I am on private, and I'm not going to go and wait for an event to kind of do this. What I normally do is I'll go and do events until I get to 100%, like I said, and then I will use my own lunchbox to extend that time when it gets close. So we'll do one more like little run through of all the buffs here. We'll go to stats, effects. So we have double XP. We also have very well rested for 1 hour, 100% bonus. Well rested for 5%. Mothman for 5%. And then we have cranberry relish for 20%. And pretty much good to go. Now it's time to show you the rotation. So essentially, I will just come in here in between events. Right now, Foshnaut's going on. So in between Foshnauts, I will just run this ad nauseum. And since I'm not doing the full run, I can reset the area without actually leaving the building, which I'll show you right now. It's if you watch my other score farming videos, then you'll kind of see it's kind of a shortened version of that. I'll come in here and come to the lab area. This is where we want to be, right here. And I'll just kind of go through here and like clear these guys. I want to use as little fuel as possible if I can. That's why having Nuka-Cola grenades is nice. I can come in here, throw a Nuka-Cola grenade, do a lot of base damage to everything, and then I don't have to use as much fuel. And also we need to be looting everything in here. Now I don't loot individual bodies. That would be crazy. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of come through here, and like every few kills, I'll go up to the body, I'll hit R, and I'll do R again to take all and hit space, and that just does everything in the vicinity. That allows me to very quickly loot everything and make sure that I don't miss any fuel, because fuel weapons are not the best at being efficient when it comes to drops. And like these mutant hounds will not drop fuel either. Once I kind of kill that guy, I'll go through this door and kind of hook around. There's a chemistry station here. I'll just do like a quick scrap there, and then normally I'll come back down this hallway and I'll jump up to the second level. If they haven't come out of that door, I'll just kind of clean up. I leave that guy down there because I can get his loot from these guys. And you just go get in here. There's usually 2 mutants and 1 hound in here. And so we'll just kind of clear these guys. And you see we're getting these challenges done. We want to like get at least a couple of challenges per run on this level. Then I'll come back around here. I'll drop back down through the floor, and then run back out. We're heading to this elevator here, and we're gonna go up. Now this is the part where we get a few more kills, and we need to run far enough into this second story to a different cell, and then run back to reset the bottom. So let's go and open this up, and then these guys are usually all stacked up in here. You see, with this holy fire, with this vampiric mod, we can heal ourselves up pretty nicely. So I can afford to actually have all this radiation on. Just gives me more carry weight and all that good stuff. Come through this door here. Run through this little area. Just check. There's usually a guy coming up this hallway. Depending on how fast you're moving. There he is. We got that event done again. Go and loot this guy. And then sometimes there's two guys in here. You can sometimes get these guys to come through here, but if not, that's fine. Once you get to this room, it's time to double back. Once we've gotten to this room, we've crossed into a different cell, and when we go back up this way, everything will start to respawn, and all we do is to go back down the elevator and start the full run over again. Like I said, sometimes you'll come back over here and look, they'll already be spawning over here, so you just clear them there. And then I usually do a reload right here, wait for it to finish, and then we'll go back downstairs. Once we go back downstairs, everything will be reset. We can basically start that whole run over again. We just keep going over and over and over. Like I said, you can get a lot of ranks doing this rotation. In case you're like getting in on the season and you got those rewards that you don't want to miss out on, this is the best way to do it. The other thing you can do too is you can actually get more score per completion on this by using score boosters, which you can get from when you do seasonal unlocks for each of the pages. I don't have any right now, but usually I try to wait like an hour after challenge resets, use one of those, so then it's good for like the current day's challenges and the next day's challenges. If you don't have that many of them, I would definitely suggest you use those score boosters for the weekly reset, because that's going to give you just a huge amount of boost there. So as you can see, you get kind of in the groove here. Sometimes I'll go over here just in case there's a mutant hound hanging out. Go in here, get this guy. Don't have to worry about going over there and looting him, because we're going to have some guys run down here. They're being lazy. Plus, we'll be able to get that guy's loot even from upstairs. So do a little bit of a scrap there. There we got that completion again. We're going to grab this loot, just so I don't miss anything. And then just wait for everybody to kind of come out of the woodworks. We can also just go up these stairs, since they're already kind of coming out a little bit. And then I'll just do a check. Nice about having Berry Mantis is you can kind of see very quickly if there's still anybody left on the floor. I wouldn't really prioritize looting the mutant hounds because they don't drop any fuel, but if they are, you can use any body, even if the ones you've already looted, to grab everything in the vicinity. So like we already looted this guy, but we can go back over to his body and do the nearby again, and then take all and hit space. And all we do is just go back up the elevator and the rotation over and over and over again. So I'm gonna be doing this week. I'm gonna be finishing off rank 100, doing all this in between Voshnon events, and once I get to 100, I don't have to worry about doing this run anymore, because that repeatable will go away. So we'll go ahead and kind of look at the season track as well to kind of cap this video off, and I'll let you know kind of what I think is valuable to kind of grab on that and everything. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and look at the seasons. We'll go all the way to the first page here, so we can see kind of what's going on here. When you first start, some things you want to prioritize here for sure is get your atoms, get your rerollers, get your score boost. This is a permanent right here. You start off with 0, but like you get this first one, it goes up to 5%. Also, the bed's pretty cool here, and some stuff like that too. I got the cooking station, which is nice. You get more atoms right here, and then also some of these paints are nice. And then over on this page, you want to make sure you get your caps, more atoms, and some of those other nice stuff like skins for power armor. And over here, you got more items. You want to get the lunchboxes too. Once you get this score boost here on this page, then you'll be up to 15% up here. And then you get whatever else you are kind of interested in there. And then on this page, you got more items and some other cosmetic stuff that you can do. On this page, the important thing is going to be your plasma core recharger. If you're using anything with plasma core, this is nice. Just even if you don't have plasma core weapons, just putting this right next to your fusion core recharger, it's just nice. You want those re-rollers. You got your atoms, more atoms here as well. Then you have, if you don't have vintage water cooler, you can get this one. This one has a bigger footprint. Enclave water cooler. It's the same yield as the vintage. It's just bigger than the actual vintage water cooler, which is nice. And then weapons rack, more atoms here as well. And then once you get to this page, you got a weather station for nuke zone. This is the 10% score boost that brings you to 25, and then you got more atoms here as well. And then you got a vending machine on this one, more atoms, stamps if you're still working on stamp stuff, and also pets if you haven't got them. And then you got more atoms here. And then I also like these framed seasonal things. I usually put those in my shelter, just kind of collect them through all the seasons I've done. Another weapons rack. And this is a page I still have left to unlock. This is 100. I would say the important things here are going to be Enclave Extractor. And really, if you don't have the Vault-Tec one, these are really nice because this ledge that's on here allows you to put like stash boxes or other things on here to kind of like make a really nice compact outpost or whatever. Once you actually get to 150 and you claim enough in the track before it, you'll be able to start doing these repeatables. So what I normally do, the highest value thing to be getting here is going to be perk coins. Every time you get 75 tickets, get perk coins, right? And just start maximizing those legendary perks, because those are just straight utility. The items aren't really worth it. The scripts aren't even worth it. The gold bullion's not even worth it. Like 100% perk coins, those are what you want to be doing on this track, the last track. That's the goal if you have enough time. I should be able to get a couple turn-ins for this, but that's the goal. But that is gonna be it for this video. That's how I've been, just kind of gunning it with the season ranks, and that's just how you just stack a bunch of XP stuff, do this rotation through West Tech in between events, and you'll get it in no time. I would say about 2 weeks of dedicated. Do your daily challenges, do your weekly challenges, do this rotation through public events, and you will be good to go. Another thing I forgot to do here too is, like, even if you're on private server, do a casual team here. It gives you bonus intelligence. This also triggers inspirational, so there's even more XP by being on your own team. And if you're on a public server, then people will join in around Foshnaut. You can usually, on a public server, I'll set it to events, not casual. And so around Foshnaut, I'll see people join my team. I can go over there and get an even better XP boost. And then once that event is done, I come right back over here and I start the rotation again. But like I said, do your daily challenges, do your weekly challenges, and do this, and you'll every day, and you'll be able to get rank 100 in no time flat, and have plenty of time left over and all that. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.